What a shame. It's a nice day today, but I'm only going to get one load. So today we have this one that I'm going to be going, well, I already went over it actually. I'm just going to give you yesterday's video because I thought I was going to get to it yesterday. However, I did not, but we'll be loading it. It's a 1962 Chrysler 300 4-door. It's not the nicer model like the 2-door I made the other video of, but I'm having a little bit of an issue. I pulled it up here. None of the tires are holding air, so it's going to be a hard one to load because it's going to be so low to the ground and it's so long. It's going to catch on my ramps and it's just going to cause me problems. I brought a couple tires with me that were holding air off the other one, but yeah, that's why I didn't get 3 loads yesterday. I knew this one was just going to be too much of a nightmare to load and I wasn't going to have enough time. So anyway, let's look at the review and watch me move it. I'm going to play the old switcheroo on you. I'm going to pretend that I've already taken the second load and I came back to get this one, but I haven't. But you're going to pretend and follow along with me just because I want to save time. So let's go over this one while the tires are airing on that Newport. So deck lid looking good. Can I open it? Nope. It's okay. I'll get it another time. Rear bumper got a couple little dings in it. Taillights are gone on all of these, so I'm going to have to pick those up somewhere. Quarter panel looks pretty good. Rear window looks really good. Don't forget to vote for Demole, wherever that was. And the doors on the driver's side look good. This fender is a little bit banged up. It could probably be repaired. Ideally, I'd probably try to just find another one somewhere if I wanted to restore all of these. If I don't know what I'll do with this one. Probably for parts to begin with, and then I'll consider if I want to. I just walked into a bush. I'll consider if I want to fix this one after I fix the 2-door. Bumper, a little banged up there. Looks like he took an impact at some point. The hood is looking pretty darn good. The windshield is really good, except there is a chip, a ding, up in the top right there. And I wonder if that could be repaired to where this windshield looks, 99%. The roof looks pretty good. Somebody, if you know, can you tell me what's going on with this? Is it just like a textured paint they put on next to this paint, or was there a vinyl on top of here of some kind? He said they didn't do vinyl. I'm not sure. That seems like what it probably was, but who knows. This quarter confined space, hard for me to see, but looks like there's a little ding there. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Those damn thistles get on me every time I'm here, so I'm not going that way. Ooh. And the rusted through on the bottom of that fender, but it's repairable. Patch panel. The door, from what I can tell and what I saw already, looks decent. The glass looks decent. That antenna's a little wonky. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. Here's the inside. Dash is looking pretty good. I mean, it's cracked and stuff, but considering, it actually looks pretty good. Sorry. Tilted the camera. I don't know. I do intend to sell all of these, part them out or whatever. Wow, the roof's good until you get to the back. I wonder if they could just partially repair that. I don't know. I'm not an interior guy. Really couldn't tell you. This one's got crank windows. My 2-door has power windows, which is pretty cool. Alright, well, that is the extent of it. Let's see if we can get her hauled before it gets too dark. Okay, update. Guess what? I'm an idiot. So I brought extra tires, the ones that held air, and I forgot my impact wrench and sockets. So I didn't know what to do today. I've been dinking around. I sorted through a bunch of tires and found some that would fit. So I'm going to probably have a set of 4 to roll that up on tomorrow. And that's going to make it a lot easier. I'm apologize in advance. I did not get this on video, but I wish you could have seen it because it was glorious. That I took my skid steer over there and I thought, you know what? It lifted that, what was it? It was a Larkin at all. Oh, the AMC. It lifted the AMC and that thing looked heavy. I thought, I'm going to give it a try. This thing actually, I think it was lighter than the AMC. It came up here, didn't tip me over. I rocked back and forth a bit, but the AMC was starting to tip me over. And then this one picked her up, brought it over here, set it right on there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I can't remember the year of this. I want to say it's, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it was like a 63 or 64. I think it was around the same year as the Tempest, and I don't remember what that was. But none of the wheels held air. I tried that a long time ago. But yeah, it's a Safari wagon, I think. I don't know if it's a Tempest wagon. Let me see here. No, Pontiac. That's all it says. This one's got some. Here, fine. Let's just go over it. I don't think I'm going to hop up there and get the engine and all that, but looking at the body here, there is some rust rot in the quarter, but straightness looks pretty good. Passenger doors are looking quite nice. Rust rot in the front fender. Again, I don't know how hard it is to find these parts, but if worse came to worse, you could repair that if you know what you're doing. Or any good body man worth his salt could as well. Let's see the glass. Glass looks good. When I do the zoom out, you guys can see it a little bit better, even though it might distort things a little bit. Rear bumper, a little banged up. Not too bad. That bottom valance is looking nice. Back window is looking good. Back door is looking pretty straight. There is this crack in here. Again, I do not know if that's Bondoed repaired that's cracking or if it's thick paint. Quarter panel took a beating. Again, nothing that can't be fixed, but this one's definitely looking like the roughest part of the vehicle. Got a dent down here. Big dent. This would be the hard one to pull just because it's on a contour. Let's see. The roof is looking pretty straight. Actually, glass is good. The back glass was good too. Actually, let me rust rot on the bottom near the quarter, or on the quarter near the rocker. Doors looking pretty good. This fender and the hood is looking good as well. This fender, I can't bend over, I'm right on the edge of my trailer. But this fender's looking pretty good except for the rust rot right there. Front bumper. All in all, other than that driver's quarter, looking pretty nice, I gotta say. I mean, all things considered, age and all that. A lot of bird poop on the window, but I am not seeing any cracks or chips, so this looks like it may have all the glass complete. Now, let me see if I can get inside. Yeah, easily, finally. Okay, the dash looks beautiful, I gotta say, from what I've seen so far. That couple little pieces might need some touch-up paint, but dang, is that metal? Yep, that's why, because it's metal. The dash looks really nice though, coloring, all that. Keys are in it. That's good. Yeah, the steering wheel. I don't know if you paint steering wheels, but oh, it's a little bit of cracking down here, but much better than a lot of them. Yeah, inside's looking pretty nice, I gotta say. Seats could use some new covers to them. Back here, yeah. Boy, I gotta say, this is nice. There's a radio in there. That looks like something older. Maybe that's that old Pontiac. I think it was a 37 Pontiac. But yeah, without digging in too deep here, it's looking pretty good. Okay, well, it's not closing tight, but it's closing. Let me see if I can get this hood open. Hold on. Sorry, that's a no-go. The lever's moving easily, but it's not popping up, so it's just kind of stuck in there, I guess, but I will get it out. And as I've said before, if you want more in-depth detail to any of these vehicles that I've been talking about, make sure to subscribe and keep watching, because at some point down the road, I will continue to be going over these in a lot more detail. I'll be getting a lot of these running, is the intention, and then selling a lot of them. This one will probably be one of the ones to be sold. I might even do something like let you guys pick which one gets worked on next, or this or that, out of a select group, of course. I think the first one I'm going to work on is that, what was it, a 52 or a 56 Cadillac is the only Cadillac I had here. So that one was just so nice on the interior. It drew me to it. It's not my particular favorite, but the interior is there, engine's all there. It just looks like it's going to be an easy one to get running. And I will mess with that as soon as I get all these moved, if I don't get too busy with work. Anyway, all right, let's see what else I can get on here. You know, I've taken a lot of loads out of here. And in general, nobody likes an unexpected load.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is, I honestly don't know what this is. Sorry, I did not do my research today. Sun's going down, and I am very tired, actually. But yeah, I went over with the skid steer just to see if this would pick this one up, and I want to say it's like a 46, 47 Chrysler, something like that. Not sure of the model. I have a DeSoto. I have a 46 DeSoto, so this has got to be close to it. It's very similar kind of body style. Mine's a coupe, though. So yeah, 48, 46, 47, somewhere around there. Let me know in the comments. But the rear axle is gone, and he's using a Model T axle in its stead, which is kind of cool, but made moving it a little bit more complicated, but not really. Not as complicated as rolling them up the ramps. So very unexpected that I could pick both of these up with my skid steer, and I'm starting to wonder how much extra work did I do? How many of these cars could I have lifted with my skid steer and made this job so much easier? Slightly more dangerous, but easier. Yeah, we'll go over this another day. I actually have another one. I'll probably go over it better. It's exactly similar, and it has an engine in it. This one does not. So this is kind of the parts car for that one, except there's no wheels on that one, which is going to make moving it more complicated, but we'll figure it out. We've been figuring it all out anyway. So, sorry to unexpectedly change things again. I think this is the third video in the row where I've done that, but we're getting down to the end of it, and I'm just kind of going with whatever works the best in whatever given situation. My fault today, I forgot the impact wrench, but tomorrow I'll get that, so hopefully we'll get this 300 out of here tomorrow. I'm not going to be so bold to say that I'm going to get 3 loads tomorrow, but I believe I will get 2, and this will be the hardest one. Well, I don't know. There's an old truck way back there, and I might try to get that one on with my skid steer tomorrow. Since they're so long, I'm not going to have a lot of room, but we'll definitely get this one. I'm pretty sure we'll get that one, maybe this pickup, and maybe this Chrysler. Not sure what year this is, but anyway, we'll go all over all of that in the next video. And yeah, boy, things are getting close to wrapping up here. Once I get all the cars, I've got a lot of parts, engines and stuff. I'll probably make a video on it, but I probably won't go into too much depth because I intend to get back to the shop and figure out what everything is and kind of talk to you guys about it. But for now, this is the end of this thrilling and riveting episode about Rocky and his loads. Tune in next time.